Hello guys, welcome back to Template Tutorials, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you all that you need to know about animations to get started in Microsoft PowerPoint. So as you can see, I already have my PowerPoint presentation which is already designed on my local machine. So we are going to use this PowerPoint slide work to do the animation styles. So you can choose any of the slide that you want to use, but I want to choose a slide which has an image in it. So I'll go with this one or this one. So possible, let me go with the one at the top here. Alright, so this is the place that we are going to do the animation at. So to do an animation, you have to make sure that you are at the ribbon, animation ribbon tab. You can also call it a ribbon or you can call it a tab. So you can see we have home tab, insert, design, transactions, animations, slideshow, and etc. So I already did previous video and the transitions, but today we are going to talk about animations. So if you click on animations tab, you have to make sure that the animation that you are going to apply, you have to choose that text or what specifically you are going to apply the animations on. So possibly I'm going to choose this one right here. So this is the text that I want to apply the first animation on, or possibly let's try with this one. I'm starting with the image because I have a reason. When we come to that, I'll let you know. So with this image, I can choose here. You can see here we have these animations here. If you click on this small pointer here, it will show you a drop down of different sections of the animations. So with this one, these animations are being divided into 3 different sections. So the first section is entrance, we also have emphasis, and we also have the last one as exit. So the entrance, we usually use the entrance animations when we want it to end, like, you know, entrance, it goes with the word entrance, like. So the entrance word itself describes what it actually means, because I don't even know how I'm going to describe it all. So with this one, when you apply it, it's just going to be the entrance of the animations. I get it. When it's going to enter, the time that it's going to appear. Very good. The first time of appearing, that's the entrance animations. So I'm going to choose something like fade. So you see what happens? That's the entrance. So it will fade in. So you can see this small counter here. This one indicates how many animations that apply to this image here. So I already applied one. So if you come here, if you want to apply another one and just come here and choose a different animation, it will not apply. It will not add the animation to it. It will rather overlap it with the one that you choose earlier on. So what I'm simply trying to say is that when you have to add an animation to it, assuming if you want to add another animation, and that one will be the emphasis, the middle of it, like the time that you just entered, the body of, let me just say the body, because when you have entrance, you have body, and you have exit. I'm just going to take it that way. So and you have to apply another animations to it. You don't have to just come and choose it here. You have to come to this side. We have animation, add animation. While this image is selected, just come and click on add animation. So to show you a drop down of it. So you can scroll and come to this side. Let's say I'll choose pause. So you now see what happens. You can see we now have a second animation which is being added. So let's add another third animation, and that one will be the exit. So possibly I will say fly out. So let's preview this animation and see how it looks like. So if I click on this, it will preview it. So you see what is happening, or I can click on this one to preview it. The entrance will take place, and the emphasis will also take place, and the exit will also take place. So you can see the duration, it is taking 0.5 seconds. That's 0.5 seconds. So you can change the duration to 1 or however you want it. So I'm going to move on to the next one also. Let's say this one. And with this one, I'm going to apply a different animation as fade. And with this one also, let's apply a different animation to it. Let's say float in. Which one did I say float in? I want this one to have float in. And this one, I want it to have fade. Alright, so on this slide document, we've applied 5 animations which are being counted in here. So you can also see the counter. So, but we are not done with it. When you apply a lot of transitions to animations to a slide document like this, you have to go to the slide pane. I said slide pane. You can call it animation pane. So this one gives you a way of customizing or formatting the slide to however you want it to be. So with this one, the reason why earlier on I made us to choose this one is that, you know, you can see that one is the first animation that we did. So I want us to do something to it. And, you know, in most cases, if you apply the transitions to this image first, and we are now started applying to these two, when you preview it, this one will take effect first before the rest. I getting it. So we can have a way of doing it by making sure that the order that it will appear, this one will come last because that's the image that will has to come last. So this one is the header. The header animation has to come first, followed by the body, and followed by the image. So it means that you have to regroup it. So to regroup it, you have to come here, click and hold it, and drag it to top, because that one is the title. So I'll follow this one next. So this one was the entrance, this one was the emphasis, and this one is now the exit. That's how I want it to be. I don't want to swap it around. So here also, let's preview and see how it will now be. So you see, this one will come first, and this one will come before this one. That's how the order will be. But you have to take note of something. In most cases, I want us to do it in a way that whenever you click on the slide here, that's when the effect will not take place. And this one also, if you click on this one, this small pointer here, I want us to do something. You can see we have start on click, but I want us to go with start after previous. So this is how it's going to be. If you choose start after previous, this animation will not take place unless this animation takes place before this one will take place. So this one also will not take place if you apply it to all of it, unless the one before it will take place. So let's go with start after previous. So you see it's now under it. Let's go with this one also. We'll do the same thing. Start after previous. Start after previous. This one also, let's do it start after previous. But with this one, because that one is just going to be the first one, I don't have to do something like start after previous because there's no previous one at the top of it. So I'll just leave it as start on click. I get it. So let's now try the animation so and see. So you see this one will delay. It will wait after when this one is done, then this one will also now take place. I get it. Alright, so again, you can click on any of the animations here. You can see we have these small drop downs here. If you click on it, these small drop downs. So this one will allow you to customize that transition to the way you want it, to your liking. So let me say I'll go with this one, the last one. So I'll click on this one. So I can do the timing here, or I can go to effect options. It will give you more options there. So from here, the effect options, you can change the direction of that exit animation, because the exit animation, you see, it was the fly out. You can change the direction of it. It can be to top, to bottom, or to however you want it to be. You can also change the smooth start, the way it's going to start and the way it's going to end. How many seconds should I use? You can increase it here or reduce it there. So I'm just going to leave it 0, there. And also the sound, you can also add a sound to it, the exit of it. As it's going to exit, you can add a sound to it. So I'm going to choose arrow. If you want, you can choose however, but in most cases, people don't usually use sounds in their animations. So we can also move on to the timing aspect. The timing aspect deals with the time, the duration that the animation has to take place, whether it should be repeated or not. So we can also have a delay. How long should it delay? We can make it 5 seconds or 1 second. So it's too much, so I'm just going to make it okay, let's make it possibly 2 seconds, 0.2 second. So here also the duration, okay, let's leave it 0.5 seconds so that it will be very fast. So it will just delay for only 2 seconds before it will go. So here also, when I say 2 seconds, I'm not mentioning the 0.2 seconds, but you can also see that it is 0.2 seconds. Alright, so this is how it's going to be delayed. And here that will be how fast it will move. So 0.5 seconds is okay. But if I want, I can make it 1, because 0.5 seconds will be very, very fast for us. So here also we can repeat it. Should it repeat or not? So you can repeat twice, or you might not even repeat at all. So let's make it 3. For the sake of this video, it's not just a proper one. So we are not rewinding anything. So we are leaving it that way, and then click on OK. So you can see that the fade out, the exit is repeating 3 times. So let's preview it and see what will happen. 1, 2, 3. You see what is happening. So this is how you apply animations in Microsoft PowerPoint. Alright, these are all the things that you need to know about animations to get started in Microsoft PowerPoint. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later in my next video.